Hey everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood ink-slinger. I'm back. I know I look like I'm worse for wear because it's been 99 days. Not since the last episode. It's 99 days since the last time I posted a video, right? And again, I'm saying not an episode because the last video I posted wasn't an episode. It was me. It was me with the release of the PDF, right? I know it's a book, but the PDF because I only put it out digitally. So episode number 23, which if you're from Chicago, the number 23 is the greatest of all time. Episode number 23, I have titled it the Super Sabbatical, because again, I haven't posted anything since 99 days. Since December 13th, I literally took about just under a month off. I didn't get back to it till January 8th, which is when I started writing again. So I took a long time off. Now, I know I haven't posted anything in 99 days, but that in no way entails or means that I haven't been writing. I've been writing this entire time, okay? So I didn't write for the holidays, so I did take about 3 weeks off. And then the devotional, again, like I said, I started back at it on January 8th. As of right now, I'm just titling it the devotional. And I think I've already touched or talked about it, but I'll just go into it again because, again, it is the book that I'm currently writing. After that, I plan on writing 2 comic books. Will I write them back to back? I don't know. That's still TBD, right? To be determined. But so the idea of this devotional is like if Jordy, right, the protagonist from the Shepherd King's final outing, if he had a devotional that he was either reading or writing, what kind of devotional would he read or write, right? Not only that, and then I thought to myself, and he seemed to me, he seems also like he's a writer. Again, because unfortunately he's got a little bit of me in because I created this. Well, I didn't create it, but God used me to put out this story. So I thought, well, let's make it a journal devotional. Okay, so I have that. I'm in about day 82. So real quick with the devotional, it's not your typical devotional where it's just one scripture and then it divulges into it. One scripture per day and then you're done. No, so I did two. I wanted to do 2 scriptures. I wanted to do a morning and an evening verse. Sometimes it's one after the other, right? Like sometimes it'll be Genesis 1:1, and then in the evening Genesis 1:2, right? Again, that's an example. I'm not saying that happened, but something like that. Sometimes they do coincide, where they're talking about the same theme. Sometimes it's gonna seem like they're not. Like if you read them separately, you're like, I don't see how they relate. But I'm just putting it there the way I'm feeling led to write it, right? The way I feel like, hey, this is where I want you to put it. Sometimes I will try to attach them. I'll try to make them look like or feel like they coincide. And sometimes it'll be like, hey, every day is different. You know what I mean? And maybe the morning meant something different to you than the evening did. And then these scriptures will kind of help you bring it together or reel it in. So I wanted people to not just read, but I wanted them to have the freedom to feel like, hey, I can write on this too. This is a journal, right? And then the other thing I didn't want to put December 1st, January 8th. I didn't want to put dates on it because I feel when you do that, because sometimes I've missed days too, and it happens. I think sometimes when we do that, we're just like, oh man, I've missed like a week. You know what? I'll start next year, or I'll go. No, don't do that. Look, if you skip a few days, that's fine. Hey, that's why it's days 1, 2, 3. I did 366 days just to take into consideration leap year, because I can't tell you how many times I'll read a devotional, and that one day it'll skip February 29th, and I'm like, let's just do all 366 days. If you can do 365 days, you might as well do that one extra day, and if people want to do it, great. If they don't, I mean, it's your journal it's your devotional / journal to do whatever you please with, to do with it, right? Sometimes I don't read devotionals on the weekends, and sometimes I miss a day on the weekday, and and that's fine. I'm not trying. I don't want it to feel like homework. I want it to be like something where you're excited to do and you want to do it. That was part of the reason that I did that. I did it in that structure. The release, so day 82, so I have 300 to go. No, I have 280-ish to go. I'm thinking November 11th for a couple of reasons, which I'll dive deeper into in the next episode, or maybe in the next episodes, right? But as of right now, the main reason is on November 11th, there's two main reasons. Number one, that was the end of World War I. And number two, on that day and in that time, what's one of the devotionals that's considered to be one of the greatest devotionals ever written was, put out at that time. And again, I'll tell you what devotional that is. I believe I found a link to share it. I'll share it on the following episode or in the following episodes if it's not the very next one, okay? Also, I wanted to leave you guys with something inspirational. Before I get to the quote, so I do apologize for taking such a long time, but after I wrote that book, I felt this release, right? Like, I felt like I was in my own jail, and every year since 2021, I was like, I need to get this book out. And when 2024 came around, my word of the year for 2024 was published, and I was like, now I really need to put this book out. I at that point, on January of 2024, it had already been two and a half years. Some people do books sooner than that. Some people might take longer, but I was just like, just put it out. You know what I mean? Like I think I was overthinking it, and and if it's truly God's book, it's already in you. You just gotta put pen to paper, or click on the keyboard and hit send, and you're good to go. All right, so today's quote comes from a famous football coach by the name of Tom Landry. For all of my football fanatics that know who that is, and I'm going with a football theme only because the Super Bowl, again, it's been a few weeks, I understand, but I thought it was a great Super Bowl. I thought it was historic. I thought it was awesome. I didn't think it was going to go down the way it went down. I really believed that the Kansas City Chiefs were playing, I don't know, I felt like they were playing possum. You know what I mean? Like they were pretending to be weak and not good. And then come Super Bowl, they were just going to show up and shine out. And then the Eagles were going to have a handful. And it was not that at all. I mean, it was quite literally the opposite. You would have thought the Eagles were playing possum, and they just came to town and they stomped on their necks, right? It was really bad. You can't let a team be up 34-0 and then think you're going to have a chance to win. You know what I mean? Because once they started scoring, even if the Eagles didn't score after the 34-0, if they would have left, they still would have won at 34-22, right? As opposed to whatever it ended up being, which we don't have to go into. So here's the quote from Coach Tom Landry: "Setting a goal is not the main thing. It is deciding how you will go about achieving it and staying with that plan." So that was Coach Tom Landry. Thank you, Coach. So just create a plan and stick with it. And even on the days, the weeks, the months that you miss it, don't worry about it. Don't stop beating yourself up, and just get back to the plan, right? And your plan isn't written in stone. It wasn't written by the finger of God on a stone tablet, which means you can rewrite it, you can edit it, you can rework it. You can even scrap it, throw it out, and create a new one. Just do something that works for you. And in the end, when you finally have that finished product, and again, I don't think we'll ever, because I've noticed in my own life, I've continued to change the way I work things, because, we all have different seasons. You got to find what works best for you. Just keep working on it, and know that as long as we're alive, we'll probably never be done. So just keep writing. All right, guys, thanks so much for waiting for me for these 99 days. Hopefully it won't be too long. Again, I'm going to try to do one every other week. Today is Saturday, so maybe the next one will be on a Saturday, or maybe I'll go back to Tuesdays. I don't know yet. Just stay tuned, all right? I love you guys. Thanks for watching. This has been the, I was going to say Candidly Devoted podcast. No, this is the Right on Time podcast. With you, George Paredes, rightfully yours, as always. Be blessed, y'all. Bye.